was pronouncing it dossier. And listen, I've been pronouncing it dossier for years, and they never corrected me. But you guys were saying dossier. So dossier, dossier. Listen, dossier. Dossier or dossier. Either way, we love this company over here at the House of Aaron because this is the only scent that I wear. These are the only fragrances that I wear. This one is called Woody Sandalwood Top Notes Violet Leaves. We have some cedar wood. We have some musk and some sandalwood, some amber. What I love about dossier, is that the packaging is super, super cute. When you open it, iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. All right. And then you get this. Look at that packaging. Luxury, baby. You're a winner, baby. All right. Listen, Woody Sandalwood. I like that. Ooh. This is manly for my men out there. Now, this fragrance is inspired by Le Labo Santal 33. Santal 33. Ooh, if a man walked past with that on, baby, that's a panty dropper right there. All right. And then this one, same packaging. This one is spicy vanilla. Ooh. Okay. Top notes, nutmeg, black pepper. We got some rose. We have some vanilla, amber. It's giving expensive. Expensive on a budget, babe. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's vanilla. It's giving vanilla, but it also has kind of like a musky. Yes, it's really rich and deep. So thank you so much to Dossier. And I also wanted to let you guys know that you can pick up some of their bestsellers in Walmart. So check out their latest bestsellers in Walmart today. Now let's go ahead and get into the tea. Human beings, they scam and they deceive and they lie and they defraud the public. But there's one group that does it a lot more than the other. Listen, Clarence Thomas, y'all know the Supreme Court Justice. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas failed to disclose gifts that he received from a wealthy Republican donor, Harlan Crow. On his financial disclosure forms, these gifts included valuable items such as personal vacations, a Bible that was once owned by Frederick Douglass, and a $5,000 personal check. The gifts may have influenced Thomas's decisions in cases involving Crow's interests. Obviously, this tells us that there is a lack of oversight and transparency when it comes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, it's giving corrupt. It's giving corrupt. And then Herschel Walker, the man that could barely read and write. We know that a government watchdog group, Campaign Legal Center, has filed a complaint to the FEC, the Federal Election Commission, urging an investigation into former NFL player Herschel Walker's campaign finance practices during his recent Senate campaign in Georgia. The complaint alleges that Walker's campaign violated federal law by accepting campaign contributions that exceeded legal limits and failing to properly report campaign finance information. Emails, according to the Daily Beast, also showed Herschel Walker solicited hundreds of thousands of dollars for his own business from a billionaire donor, with the donor believing he was giving to Walker's campaign. This billionaire donor in quotations, he was giving to Herschel Walker's campaign, but Herschel Walker funneled the money and used it for personal business. And these are the folks that I should think about voting for. The Supreme Court, that's scary because it's not like, at least in Congress, we can try to band together as a group and get these fools out of office. Well, Herschel Walker never made it into office, thank God. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, those are folks, there are term limits. The Supreme Court, there is no term limit. So these corrupt individuals are in there for life. Anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. Moving right along. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, last Sunday's episode garnered 834,000 live viewers, which of course I don't believe that includes DVR, next day streaming on Peacock, and things of that nature. And then, of course, y'all know they repeat the episodes. Like, they play it again at 9 o'clock, and then they'll play it again the next day at 8 o'clock and stuff like that. All right. And so we do know that the landscape of television is changing. So it's really not that big of a deal. But live same day viewership is down from last year. So take that for what you take it as, you know, whether you think it's a decline in popularity. I felt like the premiere episode was really, really good. Honestly, I felt like it was good. I felt like, it was interesting. And those things. Speaking of the premiere episode, Miss Kandi Burruss Tucker did her speak on it and basically was exposing the hell out of Martell and Sheree Whitfield. And I don't think Kandi really, as far as Martell and Sheree, I don't believe, Kandi really said anything too different than what was, than what she had stated in the past. We do know that she was on the radio with Shamia, and she basically let it be known that a publicist hooked up Martell and another reality TV star, and they were going to have lunch or dinner and hang out at the bar over there at her restaurant, The Blaze Steak and Seafood, in order to be photographed, in order for Martell to gain more publicity and more visibility, because OWN just isn't enough for him. Okay. Now, was it a scheme set up by Carlos King? No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But somebody set this up. And I guess, Kandi did give us a little bit more details by basically saying that it was his publicist to set the thing up. And they were supposedly going to be photographed. And then she also went ahead and said that, yes, it was Freddie O, the one to take photographs of Martell and Sheree in the park. Remember, they were in the park. And then remember when Sheree was in Sandy Springs and she basically was caught at a beauty bar by TMZ, the paparazzi, and was being asked questions regarding her relationship with Martell anyways. So Kandi just alluded to the fact that she believes it's a setup and it's a scheme, and she feels like it's contrived and it's fake because TMZ is not outside in Sandy Springs at a random beauty bar. That just doesn't make sense. Now, it would make sense for someone, maybe first off, paparazzi is not a huge thing in Atlanta. It's not really a thing in Atlanta at all. The only time you have a whole bunch of cameras trying to take photos of a celebrity, if it's like some sort of event or red carpet. But like on an everyday sort of basis out in the streets, people are not like taking pictures of T.I. Like, it's not like that. They're not taking pictures of Kandi. Like, it's just, no. So anyways, we are the Black Hollywood, but it's different than Hollywood. It's very different. So anyways, I say that to say that, yeah, Kandi was spilling the tea, and, we already knew what it was, and it's fake. So also in Kandi Speak on It, we got this situation regarding Courtney. Child, what the hell is going on? We got this situation regarding Courtney, right? And Courtney is the new lady, and Courtney is thirsty. But honestly, there's a level of thirst that you need to have to be a housewife. There just is, especially if you're trying to get your footing, especially if you're trying to get your foot into the door. Okay? There's a reason why no one cared for Monietta, and she really did not stick. Now, I feel like at this particular point in time, Bravo or the production company is forcing Monietta on us because there really is no reason as to why she should have been asked back. And that's just my personal opinion. I just kind of feel like Monietta Shaw has a name and she's Kandi's friend, but she literally did absolutely nothing. So I don't know why they're forcing Monietta on. But listen, Monietta, she took some notes. And, she's carrying at least some bones. She's collecting bones. So that's good. But as far as some of these other women, like, for instance, there's a reason why. Now, Camille Rose, the founder and, CEO, Camille Rose, she was also at Ross's 40th birthday party. And did y'all see Camille Rose in that first episode? No, you did not. And that's because she didn't do anything. That's because she was boring. That's because she didn't fit in. Okay? And so I heard that they were testing her, and I guess she failed the test because Sister Girl was not mentioned. She was not shown. Y'all know how sometimes they'll like show, oh, like they even showed Akila. They showed Akila in the beat, and Akila did not really bring anything. Like she really has not done anything at the party thus far. But I think Akila will have a bigger role in the future, which is the reason why we were introduced to her in the very first episode. But the reason why we weren't even introduced to Miss Camille Rose, I don't even know if that's her name, is because she didn't do anything. She failed the test. And so that would have been Courtney if Courtney didn't come and be thirsty and was trying to check Kandi about Kandi, calling around, asking about her, saying, you know, something to the effect of, she's saying that we're friends and we're not. All right. And so it was a bad case of telephone. Now, Kandi in her speak on it did admit that, she was told, I'm assuming by a producer, I'm not sure, but she was told that Courtney had said that she knew of Kandi by way of some other girlfriends because I guess they run in a similar circle, right? And so Kandi took that information and admits that she went and called a friend and asked, hey, do you know Courtney? And the friend was like, no. And so Kandi called another friend and was like, do you know Courtney? And the friend was like, no, who the fuck is that? And Kandi was like, I don't know who that is, but she's saying that she knows of me and that we run in similar circles and stuff like that. And so that's when Kandi decided to take it upon herself and do some investigations and do some research. And so she looked Courtney up on Instagram and noticed that she still don't know the girl. Okay. However, she noticed Dina. Dina's in the music industry. Courtney works with Dina. So maybe Dina is the reason as to why Courtney feels as though they run in a similar circle because they have a mutual friend. So then Kandi called up a third friend and was like, hey, do you know Courtney? And that third friend was like, no. So at this point, all Courtney said was, we run in a similar circle. And Kandi took that and she called 3 people. Now, am I making this up because y'all love to call me a liar? Y'all love to say that I'm clickbaiting. Y'all love to say that I'm misleading when I do nothing but tell the absolute utmost truth. She said that she was called, like she called multiple people. I don't know why Kandi was that invested and interested to call 3 people. I'm not really now Kandi claims that all the women do this. That whenever they get a whiff of someone joining the cast, they will call up and see, do you know this girl? What is she about? Look up their Instagrams, Google her, background check, like Fatum did, child. I was watching that and I'm like, I'm not faulting Kandi for doing her research on Miss Courtney, but I thought it was interesting how she just was very honest. I like the fact that she was honest about it. She did her research and Courtney did not lie when she said that Kandi was calling around asking about her because Kandi was. Now, like how Jamie said in the speak on it, she believes it was a bad case of telephone, a bad game of telephone, and it was because Courtney's whole conclusion was that Kandi was saying that Courtney was saying that they were friends. And so Courtney wanted to let Kandi know at Ross's birthday party that I never said we were friends. All I said is that we ran in a similar circle. Okay? But of course, Courtney being thirsty, she, was head bobbing. And she was trying to check Kandi. But what Courtney did not know was that she better watch it before she get checked back. And Courtney was like, who gonna check me, boo? Because she kept on with the head bobbing. And then that's when Kandi said, I will headbutt this bitch. And to speak on it, she was like, in the middle of that conversation with Courtney at Ross's birthday party, she noticed that Sonya told Courtney, I know you felt a ways when we talked at Sheree's house earlier in the week. And so that was Kandi basically gathering information that this lady, Courtney, had already been filming with the girls. And so she finally understood, okay, this woman came to this party to confront me because she had already had a conversation about this prior at Sheree's house. and she's taking a beat from a producer. And so Kandi in the speak on it was like, I'm the beat. Okay. She's like, I'm the beat. And I'm like, Kandi, like, yeah, you're the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, okay, wait. How do you not think that you're the beat? Now, maybe, am I being too hard on Kandi? But how do you not understand? And this kind of goes into the Blaze Steak and Seafood shooting scene. You are sitting here with Sonya and you're sitting here with Courtney, a lady that you do not know. You admit that you called up asking about Courtney and looked her Instagram up to see if you knew her, because I'm assuming a producer came to you and asked, do you know this woman? She's saying that she does work for some of your friends, et cetera, et cetera. So you know that she might be on the show. You see her at the party, and so obviously she's filming with you guys. And then she brings up this issue of you calling around asking about her, saying how she said that you said that y'all were friends, and Courtney's claiming she ain't ever said that. So with all of this prior knowledge, Kandi, you didn't know that they were going to like confront you with something? I guess. I don't know. It just seems super obvious. Another example. So there's this scene where Kandi is in the Blaze Steak and Seafood, and they are trying out new menu items. And remember, months prior, there was a shooting at the Blaze Steak and Seafood. Kandi claims that a very irate ex-employee came up to the restaurant and shot Melvin, who was featured on the Kandi and the Gang, and he's he's like the main cook, I guess, at Blaze or something. They're sitting here is Kandi and Todd and Melvin. Melvin is in a sling, right? His arm is in a sling because he got shot. They're sitting there, they're trying out these new menu items for the restaurant, and then the producer comes in and goes, so are we not going to talk about the elephant in the room? Meaning the shooting, because this man is literally in the scene with a whole arm brace. And Kandi goes, we're not going to talk about that. We're not talking about that. And then Todd chimes in and says, it's illegal. It's illegal. We can't talk about it. So my whole thing is, did Kandi really believe that we were just here to talk about the new menu items for Blaze? Or maybe she thought that they were going to talk about something else. Because that's the thing that I'm not really understanding. Like, a lot of folks on Twitter saw that scene and they were like, it's fake. Let me just go ahead and pull it up.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
We're not going to talk about the elephant in the room?
We're not talking about it.
Because of the legal situation.
Okay.
I find it very hard to believe that y'all all showed up there tasting new menu items. Melvin is sitting there in the sling, knowing that we all know that there was a shooting at the restaurant, and Kandi didn't have a clue that the producer wanted them to mention the shooting. Like, and folks are saying that it's fake because there's no way that y'all came to this restaurant just trying to taste food. Like, cameras are not there to film until they get something that they want. You know what these people want. You know what they want. Now, in Kandi's defense, I hope that's making sense. Like, I hope I'm making sense because I feel like I'm just kind of talking. But it's like, the cameras, when reality TV first started, when it was new, a lot of folks just thought that cameras just follow these people's lives. And then, like, if something happens, then they just use that footage. That is not how it works. All right. When we were talking about the beats, the producers be putting the bugs in the ears and they be like, okay, we want to know about this. We want to know about this. We want you to bring this up. We want you to bring this up. It's like, we don't have time. Like, this is a production. We have a limited amount of time. And so, you know what we want. You're either going to give it to us or you're not. And we're going to continue to film until you give it to us or give us something. So maybe Kandi thought in her head, okay, I know they want us to talk about the shooting, but maybe I'll give them a little bit of marital issue drama or something like that. I don't know what she was thinking, but it's like, you know, you're not here just to taste that food. Okay. Going back to Ross's 40th birthday party, you know, Courtney and Sonya not sitting in your face with a camera just for the hell of it. You know that something is about to happen. You know that Courtney, Sonya, somebody got a beat from some producer to confront you about something. Like, We're not just sitting here living our lives. We're filming a show and these cameras have to be wrapped up at midnight. Like, come on. To Kandi's defense and Todd, you know, it's a very sticky situation when one, you have your cousin who's also your employee, and then you have another employee. And so I've never been in a situation where I've had employees. I've never been in a situation where I've had a payroll. And so that's a very messy, sticky situation. And so I could understand her not wanting to speak on it. But at the same time, the folks are saying that, like, people on social media are saying that the whole fourth wall, like the producer breaking the fourth wall, they're saying that that's fake altogether. Because if you really didn't want to bring it up at all, why would Melvin even be in the scene? So it was as if it was kind of planned for Kandi to act like she did not want to talk about it, because she really doesn't. But she knows that the producers want her to talk about it. So maybe she agreed for the producer to break the fourth wall. That way she could kind of give an explanation as to the reason why she doesn't want to talk about it. And then we can all just move on. Because at the end of the day, if you really was trying to hide it, if you really did not even want it on the show, you wouldn't have Melvin in the frame. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I'm speaking from a stream of consciousness. Like, all of these ideas are just running through my head and I'm just letting them flow throughout my mouth. So yeah, a very interesting situation. Y'all let me know. I was going to talk about MTV Movie and TV Awards, but child, I'll save that for the next video. And Martha's Vineyard. You know, when something interesting happens with Martha's Vineyard, I'll talk about it. It was cute. I love seeing young black. Let me go ahead and put this photo. I love seeing young black millennials, very educated, intelligent, successful, beautiful black folks. Love them. Amir, the one with the light blue shirt at the bottom with the dog. Gorgeous, gorgeous man. What's her face? Jordan, beautiful woman, but very nasty attitude. The main girl, I forgot her name, the one who kind of put the trip together. She's okay, kind of annoying. Her husband is very, interesting. The guy at the bottom with the black loafers, he's a cutie. Preston, I believe he's gay, very intellectual and eloquent with his words and stuff like that. And then some of these folks. Now, Bria, I believe that's her name at the bottom in the middle with the doggy. Girl, I would have been pissed about that dog too. No one wants to wake up with hairballs in their mouths. No one wants to sit on a couch where it's nothing but brown dog hair everywhere. Nobody wants to be sweeping up dog hair every day. Nobody wants to dive into the pool and come up and it's dog hair being stuck to your skin. Nobody wants to go in the cabinet and grab a glass because you want a simple glass of water and then be drinking it and notice that you're drinking hair. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to step on shit. Nobody wants to smell pee. Nobody wants to deal with the bacteria and the Frito, Cheeto, Dorito smell from the dog's paws. No one wants to smell Doritos. Leave your dog at home. Leave your dog with your mama or your sister or your cousin back at home. Nobody wants to smell Fritos on their 15-day vacation in the Martha's Vineyard. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.